Alright. Just double checking a few things before I get the stream started. I kind of delayed the stream a bit, mostly because I wanted to watch YouTube. That's, not the best excuse, but I need my personal time as well. But yeah, we're gonna play some more Schedule 1. They just, some time ago, Tyler dropped version 0.3.6, and it's mainly just a lot of quality of life and employee management stuff, but I still want to check it out. Also, we're nearly at a net worth of a quarter mil for this stream, or for this save, and I want to, keep up in that price, or keep up in those funds, that net worth. So, I got a few hours to kill, and that's what we're going to do today. That was weird. My bad. Also, the results for the first community post came in, and we're sometime late July, we're going to be getting cartels. Honestly, pretty cool. Well, let me adjust something real quick. Alright, that should be good. Hello, Jeff. Here is one jar. Alright, I don't have any real goals for this stream. I kind of just wanted to check out the new stuff. Never mind, I need to buy stuff from here. Hold on, let me first check how to unlock things. So the three major things is just like added employee property transfers, in which is just like if you move to other properties, you don't have to like buy completely new employees. You can move employees from old properties to new properties, which is great. And there's item slot filters, which weird, but that's cool. But the biggest thing is there's lockers. You can buy lockers. And that's like the big storage thing, because it's just like, you don't need beds for your employees anymore. They don't need to sleep. So once I figure out where to buy a locker, maybe at the hardware store. There it is. Big metal locker can be assigned to employees or used for general storage. Alright. This is like the big thing. This will honestly save on a lot of space. And you can hold items in it. Honestly, pretty cool. Oh, and you can filter slots for... Okay, now I get what that means. So I guess it's like whenever employees are like placing stuff down, you can select what stuff goes where. Like for auto select stuff. That's pretty good. Alright, so what I'm probably going to do is check on the barn and the docks. Because those are my two big money makers. May need to like adjust a few things, but so far business is going good. Why aren't you working? Oh look, there's the thing where you could transfer to another property. Um... Holy shit, that's a lot of bricks. Okay. Did I not assign a destination for this? Okay. There we go. Now they're doing something. Right, that should be good now. Just need to do these deals. Alright, time to check on the weed business on the other side of town. Why aren't you working? Okay. Is there actually nothing for them to do right now? Or are they making crap up? When I think about it, that is a lot of weed. Alright, seeds are doing fine. Oh yeah, another big thing, or I guess not a big thing, but a small thing, is that trash cans now have a pickup radius of squares instead of circles. But they'll also like show up as like the pickup radius, like before you put them down. So that's pretty cool. Alright, and once the docks open up, I'm going to get packagings. I'm going to get a packer. I think I've reached a pretty good point in the game where it's just like, it's now kind of just time for the grind of things. I'll do hire an employee, or like a handler. And I can move them into the storage unit. That's another thing. I can just cram 3 people in a small storage unit. Oh my god, everyone wants meth. Why? I don't have that much meth. Mark Win. Okay. Routes. From Actually, I'll just place it back on that shelf. Okay. Alright, how much time is it until that's finished cooking? Okay. Maybe if I just schedule the deals for later, then I could just double down on a lot of things. I can tell Mrs. Ming no, because she's just gonna skimp out on paying me properly. Alright, I need to sell 50 units of meth. And I have 30. Okay. Oh god, when do cop cars patrol? You know what I think about it? Maybe they fixed how certain NPCs work. I kind of just skimmed the patch notes, but I read most of the notes. Other notes are just, or other notes I just did not get to. But I read the gist of the updates. The other things were just like very different tweaks. Oh yeah, and I can adjust what slots go where. Like I can configure a filter. Alright, and we can clearly see that the handler is packaging things as they should. And I could just blacklist items if I need to. Alright, I like this update already. And now I have 10 jars of meth. And I'm gonna make the big money. The buku bucks. Hello, Kim. Here you go. Brick warehouse at the docks. Brick warehouse at the docks. And South Overpass. Okay. North end of the overpass for the next 6 hours. Oh, it's back up there. Alright. I can use these extra ingredients to just stock up on, well, meth ingredients. I think I said ingredients twice. But yeah, I could use this extra money from the separate meth deals for extra meth ingredients. Thus the cycle continues. Alright. Going to need 30 high quality pseudo. I'm gonna just go ahead and purchase another 30. Or 20, I guess. I still want to work on, like, stockpiling a bunch of drugs before I, you know, give them en masse to the dealers. Alright, thank you for waiting in the line. You know, honestly, besides, like, the upkeep of business, I don't know what to spend this money on. Oh, I'm out of gasoline. This one's out of coca leaves. Alright, I think I understand the whitelisting system, which is great because for some reason the handler here kind of sucks at keeping track of things. Or it's just like, she'll add like 30 pseudo to one station instead of like, 10 pseudo spread about. Actually, I'm gonna just keep the pseudo here. I don't know if I'll need it. Alright, let me check the pathing for... Alright, which is assigned to which? Okay. Alright, just gonna purchase another 10 of each, and then I guess 20 cans of gasoline. And let's go for another of that. Okay, I may need more cocaine seeds. Alright, I changed my mind. I definitely need more cocaine seeds. Alright, let me run back, see how many seeds I need to buy. And... You know, I'm gonna just try and buy like 6 stacks and just bring them back here. Say like I guess 60 cocaine seeds. And then I'll deal with weed tomorrow. I don't want to spend the entire like first day or so just dealing with business stuff. Hello, Salvador. I need 60 seeds. I'll be right back. Yeah, that should definitely be enough seeds for a while. We're never running out of cocaine. Maybe I should set up like another cocaine property. Where the hell is... Oh. Jane is all the way over by Brad. And... Alright, 42 seeds. How much cocaine do I have already? We only have 20 meth bricks. I forgot how long this crap takes to grow. Or not grow. Actually, yeah, I'll go to each dealer, front them a brick, and just, let it go to town. Let's see. Brad could definitely push like a lot of meth. And Jane is right here just chilling. Thank you. Let's, well, you're fine on product right now. I gave you the most product. How are my other dealers doing? 400 meth. That is a comical amount of meth. Maybe I should set up like another facility just for growing cocaine. Alright, give the green crack to Molly and see how that goes. Alright, I think I started off the day with less money than... Or I ended off the day with less money than I started, but... Let's just say these profits will definitely grow. It just will take a matter of time. Alright, time to sleep for 3 hours.
Hello. How's it going? I've kind of just been checking out some of the new update stuff for Schedule 1. Whatever excuse. I've been doing okay. I don't know. Kind of just got done dealing with work not too long ago and then just needed to relax for a few hours. But yeah, I wanted an excuse to come back to this game, and so yeah, just checking out new content stuff, see what community updates there are. So that's that. How was yesterday's stream? Definitely a lot better than the last time I tried to stream Code Vein. I think the game could definitely be fun. I just need to spend more time on it because so far half of my experience has just been the character customization menu. Code Vein, yeah, it's like a anime Dark Souls type thing. It's like I'm not the best at Souls like games, but so far I'm interested. Like I don't know if it's I never actually played a Dark Souls game. I just heard it's like a Souls like game. So I'm kind of just taking other people's word for it. Like I think the only Souls like game I played is Bloodborne, but I barely got anywhere with that game. And I did not realize how hard those games are. That was weird. Um They're challenging, but you still like it even if you get a headache from dying each time. I mean, some people enjoy... I mean, like, one of the reasons, like, people enjoy games is, like, for the challenge it gives them and, like, the thrill of finally getting past it. I just don't know if that's my cup of tea. Like, I know after a while, it's just like... I'll stop before I actually break something. So, like, for people who spend, like, hundreds of hours on the game, I don't think I could ever do that. Like, I could probably only play for a few hours before I start dying repeatedly and just close it. Just so I don't do anything I'd regret. Okay, so far in, like, the early game for Code Vein, it's just, like, it is... I wouldn't say it's hand-holdy in a way, but it's just, like, there's enough that can appeal to me. Or how do I describe it? It's just, like, it's... So far, it's managed to keep its interest. Despite, like, you know, dying and sometimes the very stupid things. Oh, that's a police officer. Okay. Eddie, I hope you've been able to do it. I'm sorry, I can't speak today. I hope you have been doing good. I'm just a little brain dead at the moment. I know you've only been in character customization most of it, but what can you tell me about Code Vein besides that it's a Dark Souls type of game? I can try my best. It's... So for a bit of spoilers, you're an amnesiac? So it's just like... That's something to start off the game with. So apparently there are these creatures called revenants, or I wouldn't say creatures because they're like humanoids, except they've died, and they need to basically keep themselves in check by drinking blood. And there's only a few ways to get blood by basically corralling humans and using them like livestock. So think like that one Ethan Hawke movie where everyone was a vampire, I think Daybreakers. So yeah, like human farm via like Daybreaker style, or you get these things called blood beads that only form from these weird white trees called blood springs. And it's sort of in like an apocalyptic scenario, so it's, it's just like one person has corralled all of the humans in that general area. She did not look happy. So, like, the only way for everyone else outside of this one faction to get blood so that they don't go feral is to get these blood beads from these blood springs that are just constantly drying up. And then there are these like creatures called the Lost, which is a sense of like, I guess, feral revenant, where it's just like, oh, if you don't keep yourself, in check with blood, you just, I guess, like, turn, and there's no coming back from that, so. There's probably a lot of. The Lost, yeah. It's like, I guess they're lost to their bloodlust, and now they're just do anything to, I don't know, satiate it. But they're never satiated. So in the end, they're just murdering everything in sight. In all honesty, I wish I had more to explain. And there probably was stuff I missed. But in all honesty, it's just like, I'm still very, very into early game, so I don't know what all is happening. It also doesn't help that you're an amnesiac. So, like, yeah, my storytelling ability for this game is complicated by the fact that so much is hidden within what other characters tell you. So I ain't really got much to work with. like the idea of... I mean, I can understand how in some cases being an amnesiac can sound like a bit of a cop-out when it comes to story writing. But I guess that makes sense in like certain games where it's just like in sort of crafting your own story, you really get to craft it because you have no idea what you're on about. Or like you don't really know why you're here. And it's not like some BioShock 1 level, like, sort of, like, subliminal messaging amnesiac. It's just like, there are other amnesiacs within the game. And it's like, this isn't just a you thing. That's just how the world be. Sometimes it's just that, things are just that messed up. There may be a possibility that I unlock like more of my memory as I play the game. I'll just need to play to find out. Oh wait, the canal. I forgot about the canal. Okay. But even though the whole amnesiac idea is sometimes can be overplayed, it's just like if you really are a blank slate and not like secretly this like, you know, fabled folk hero that just like happened to forget everything. And like, yeah, I could see how that's cool. This is sounding too familiar. Or I don't know. It's not that these tropes are new. Like, they're called tropes for a reason. It's just like they probably have happened enough for them to just... It's like you gotta find your own flavoring on it without it making sound too... What's the word for it? Too stale, I suppose. Then again, in Code Vein, it's just like you are like, oh, you are a special type of thing that is just like us, but not like us in some weird regard. If anything, it does have that specific trope, but I kind of sounding a bit like Zelda Breath of the Wild. Um, hmm. I've never really played Breath of the Wild. I don't have a lot of Nintendo products. Like, I think like the most how do I word this? Like the most I think like the most recent Nintendo product I ever owned was the Wii. And it's just like that's saying it's like the Wii is very fucking old. That is some people's like first family console, the Wii. Yeah, I know. It's just like I've owned a lot of I've owned a good chunk of old Nintendo consoles, but no new Nintendo consoles. Like I had an NES, and not even like the revamped ones that came out in stores. Like I think like a couple of years back or so, like an actual like thick ass game cartridge Nintendo Entertainment System. I also had like a regular DS, like first model DS, and a Game Boy. And I don't think I've had anything other than that really. That's not to say I haven't played on any of the newer consoles. Like I have, but it's just like I don't own them. Like I think like the most recent actual console I have, like not is just like I think it's the Xbox One, but like it's like one of the first Xbox Ones, so it's just like low storage. What was my favorite game from Wii, DS, and Game Boy? Ooh, I mean, those aren't hard questions, but in all honesty, it's just like, um, I don't think I had very many games with the Game Boy. I think it was just like some old Pokemon type games. That's what I had. I can't remember which ones though. For the DS, it was Kirby Superstar Ultra. Like, I love that game. I love that little pink fluff ball of death. Like, out of all the Nintendo, like, things I do have, or like, that's the one I still currently have. Like, I don't know what happened to all the other stuff, but it's just like, I still have my copy of Kirby Superstar Ultra on my DS, and I still just boot that up every now and then to, like, play a few levels. I can't remember if I have a good one for the Wii. Like, there were a lot of great games for the Wii, but it's just like most of the games I owned were like the family party games. I think Alright, so I'm stuck between like 3 games. Yeah, 3. I was So Wii Play, which was like the little like Wii mini games thing, solely for like the tanks minigame. The tanks minigame was like really fun. And it was like endless, so you could just like do like these strategic little tank battles, and that was cool. But then the Wii also had like Guitar Hero World Tour, and like I was not good at that game, but like I liked a lot of the music in that game, and it's just like that was the closest thing I had to an MP3 for a while. And then there was Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which I realized very early on that the entirety of Kirby's like moveset for Super Smash Bros. Brawl is kind of directly copied from Kirby Superstar Ultra. And you could guess how much of a dirty little Kirby player I was back in the day. Actually, no, I still am. Somehow the Kirby moveset for all of the copy abilities for Kirby is ingrained in my mind, and yeah, Super Smash Bros. Was great. Like, I think that is this those Wii games I have continued to play even after I gave up on like Nintendo stuff. It's just like I always had friends who were just like super into Nintendo games, and they always got the newest version of Super Smash Bros. And they all mutually agreed that I should not be playing Kirby around them. But yeah, I was definitely a Nintendo player. Like, that and PC gaming was definitely a lot of my early childhood. And then I moved on to Xbox. And I spent a hell of a lot of time on Xbox. Like, I think more than I did on the Wii. Or I think it's just like I wasn't better at them. Like, I wasn't better at them at Smash Bros. It's just like when it came to Smash Bros, I excelled at being a stage hazard, and Kirby was just like my biggest stage hazard character. And it completely pissed them off. Wait, which Xbox again? Um, so the Xbox 360, and the Xbox One. I never played the Xbox Series X. That just I could not I did not want that. So yeah, the first three. So many memories on the 360. I know that was my childhood. It's just like I've wasted one too many hours on that. I remember when the Xbox One first announced and it was like the big thing coming out for every Christmas. I was just like I was afraid that I would not have like the same memories on the Xbox One as I did on like the 360, and I was just so afraid to give up the Xbox 360. And it's like eventually I got it. I definitely had a lot of fun, but there's just something about the 360 that clicked, that like early 2000s type fun. And it's like I never grew up around PlayStation. It's like I didn't have slander against it, but it's just like most of the people I did know didn't have a PlayStation. So it's just like I don't really know what the experiences were for that. There were probably a lot of games nowadays where it's just like they looked so cool, but it's just like I did not know anyone who owned a PlayStation. Like the old God of War games, those definitely seem fun to just like button mash. Um, what was my favorite game from the 360? Good question. Definitely Halo Reach. I think it's the only 360 game I've ever actually paid for like 3, 4 separate times. And it's like, I would just wear the shit out of each and every one of those discs. I think it was 3 times. Like back then I wasn't the biggest I was not the biggest Halo fan. I don't think I ever was, but it's just like Halo Reach is just overall a great, really fun game. And it's just like again, they have not been able to capture that energy. That is like lightning in a bottle. I guess not the overpass. Or like, I don't know. It's just like there were one too many games for me to like on the 360. That's just like I remember the Xbox Live Indie Arcade, Xbox Live Arcade. Like I think the arcade really sparked my entrance, or like that was probably where I first really like experienced indie games. Like, whereas just like, you know, most games that just, or like most of the earlier consoles before like 360. I don't know how it was on PlayStation, but it's just like very large games from like studios with loads of people. So it's just like the fact there were games out there made by very small amounts of people, like fractions of what studios have. It's just like that was always intriguing, but also it was intriguing to find an enjoyable experience for like the fraction of the price from AAA developers. Like I remember waking up early and it's just like after I was finished getting ready for school, I would get on Castle Miner Z. And that was a highlight of me waking up. Also, like, there are definitely some. That is a game I haven't heard in a while. I know it's like opening a time capsule from the early 2000s. And while you've seen some things that have aged horribly, it's just for that time. It was just lightning in a bottle. Like I remember just like even if games used to be like even if games used to be mindless sometimes or just like don't did not have as much character as they do nowadays, it's just like there's just a charm to it. Another game I really enjoyed from the I think Xbox Live Arcade games was Charlie Murder. Like, even though the gameplay felt a little repetitive, it's just like, at the time, it's just like, it combined a lot of things I really enjoyed, just like rhythm games, action beat 'em ups, weird little mini games, guns, violence, music. And it's just like, it was made by the same guy that I made a game with zombies in it, with the weird messed up like elite spelling. I think that's definitely one of my favorite Xbox Live Arcade games. I don't know. There was just so much good this stuff to. That was just. It's hard to describe just how much was available to you. And then with the Xbox One, there were great releases, but it's just like that early 2000s charm kind of just died then and there. Or in a sort of like gradual way. Just like first they got rid of like the whole indie game scene and then the arcade entirely. And then it just felt like they, you know, encouraged more like of the Xbox Live stuff. And it's just like there were great memories to make with that, but it's just I don't know. After a while it felt like kind of lost its I guess it's like innocence in a way. I think around the same time I moved on to the Xbox One was also like when I moved on to PC gaming. So it's just like I was doing that simultaneously, just like running whatever shitty little games I could off of a really crappy laptop. The moment I found out what Gary's mod yeah, the moment I found out what Gary's mod was, just like that is just like I felt like that started like the inception for like move away from triple quadruple A ass studios, come back to the indie game scene. That's not my meth deal. Anyway. That's a game I bought recently because I watched so much people play it. Yeah. Honestly, it's really is just like the biggest sandbox experience ever. Like you can do like pretty much anything in that. Like the impossibilities are endless. Another great game that I sunk like hundreds of hours in on the 360, Left 4 Dead 2. Like, I think I skipped half of my prom just playing Left 4 Dead 2. Just because that's how I was, like, how much I was addicted to the game. I still play it, and only on PC nowadays, but, like, mods and drinking have definitely, like, made the Left 4 Dead 2 experience really fun. But, like, I have definitely sunk hundreds of hours in the game. Oh yeah, Left 4 Dead 2 is great. Like, I love Ellis. Ellis is my spirit animal. But yeah, imagine like skipping half of a lifetime experience just to play Left 4 Dead 2. The Scooby-Doo mod reach of this survivors is someone from the gang. Please tell me there is like a life-size bipedal version of Scoobert. I'm actually gonna go look at that now. I'm curious if there is. Yeah. I think I have like a weird mixture of weeb shit and memes for most of the mods I have. You know, I remember I so sometimes on my like own time I would play Left 4 Dead 2 with like not safe for work mods. And it's like I don't have an entire mod pack of that, but it's just like random like reskins because I think at the time it's just like I did not have um I couldn't find good mods for certain like entities. And one time I booted up stream for like a drunk Left 4 Dead 2 challenge. And I kind of forgot to disable the not safe for work mod for Molotovs. And it was not fun having to run through the entirety of the Left 4 Dead 2 campaign without using Molotovs. Yeah, it kind of sucks. It's doable, but it sucks. All because my dumbass forgot to turn off, the labels with the anime women on them, who I will not mention explicitly. Because even though I am a very small channel with a very small audience, I'm not looking to fuck around and find out. Alright. Need 17 more sour diesel. 22 more purple. Actually, let me just put away the meth. Yeah, eventually I found a Molotov mod I wanted to use. I think... I don't know, I just chose like the second best thing next to hentai, which was old liquor bottles. Or like vintage liquor bottles. I still think my prom experience was weird. It's just like that's a thing that's a thing I think about constantly whenever I play Left 4 Dead 2 nowadays, where it's just like, damn. Here's this lifetime experience. I did not even dress up like properly compared to some people. I was wearing like I had a button-up shirt. That was pretty much it. Went there, danced with someone else's like significant other because they didn't want to, and basically just did some like anime shit. And then after like an hour or two, it's just like, I'm bored, let me go home and binge like half the Left 4 Dead campaign before just going to bed. I honestly think I preferred that half missing my prom for Left 4 Dead 2. I mean, look, no complaints from me. I had a great night. Like, Dark Carnival is always fun to play. I think my favorite missions are stuck between Dark Carnival and the Parish. I need to play again. It's been a month since I have. Oh yeah, let me tab out real quick. I need to check the last time I played Left 4 Dead 2. October 12th, 2024? That's way too damn long. You know, I think that's the last... Now I think about it, that was probably the last time I streamed the Left 4 Dead 2 drinking challenge I normally do. Or not normally do, but it's just like do on occasion. And it's just like I haven't felt the motivation to trudge through that, like, war of attrition yet. Yeah, like nowadays, it's hard to convince people to just sit down, play through the like campaigns of Left 4 Dead 2, or just like people have lives. I understand, but I miss my friends, and I just want to mindlessly kill zombies with them for a few hours. Is that so much to ask? You wonder why I went to streaming? It's just so that I could. I've said this before, it's just like my sole reason for streaming is just because I want to play video games. But I also want to talk to people, and I have a little, it's like, or just during all my free time, everyone I know is busy. And whenever I'm busy, everyone is unavailable. So it's just like, screw it, let's talk to random people on the internet while I just play whatever I want. And I'm too afraid to use a webcam. So, anime avatar it is. Yeah, the Rabbit VTuber model is solely there just because I don't want to use a webcam. It suits me? I think it does. I mean, I didn't make the model. I kind of sketched a lot of it. Or like, I kind of just like sketched a bunch of ideas I had in a notebook. And at the time, Mayoshi, who I had met in real life, is just like they gave me pointers on VTubing stuff from like, oh, how to responsibly spend money, how to, like, you know, when to buy things. Oh, hello. You know, at the very least, she didn't try to stab me, so that's good. I'd rather take her, like, you know, not buying something than, like, you know, forcibly trying to make me pay in my own blood for drugs. But yeah, I think it was interesting just meeting my Oshi, or I guess like for non-VTuber term, it's just like my mentor when it comes to streaming in a way. I don't know. Oshi, in my opinion, is just like somebody generally just look up to some or to a full extent when it comes to the art of VTubing. It's like he gave a lot of pointers. Gave me a lot of, or helped me out with some of my ideas. Point out when like my ideas seem way too cringy, and just like sometimes I just need that second opinion. But also it's just like feel like they also have went through some of the things just so like they could tell me, someone with no experience in this sort of field, things not to do. Like, hey, don't go buying an expensive ass model straight out the gate and stream to like a very small amount of people. It's like learn where to save money. And it's like get a decent amount, sure, just so it doesn't look bland. But then wait until you make something back and use solely those funds after that to invest back into the streams. It's like genuinely helpful advice. And sure, the process is slow, I guess. Like, it's definitely felt kind of slow. Oh, damn it, I'm under arrest. Hey, it's just like my original intent is just to be able to talk to people while I'm streaming games, because just... I don't know. Money's nice, but it can't be the first goal. Otherwise I would feel just like scummy and shallow. Like, there are other jobs where you're more guaranteed to make money, and just like streaming is like... Streaming has the same sort of like snowball chance as like any other form of like entertainment, like music and comedy and that sort of thing. Oh, yeah, in all honesty, first and foremost, I'm doing this VTubing shit for fun. It is definitely not a job. I don't make any money off this. As much as it feels like this is my second job, it definitely isn't. Hello. It's been some time. I'm kind of just screwing around making money on Schedule 1. Also want to check out the new update and see what tweaks there were, so we're doing that as well. Wall lockers are here now. That's pretty cool. If I want to, I could fit like one more person in here to, I don't know, work. How's Ben? Doing alright. I don't know. Work was long and just, I'm kind of just waiting for the weekend again. But I've also been trying to stream some new stuff on top of, you know, Schedule 1 and that sort of thing. But yeah, not anything new going on really. Just kind of been starting up some new playthroughs and doing the same old, same old. Why are my cooks not doing anything? Oh, I have yet to pay them. And I'm out of money. Or I have less money. Started with 30k today and just, it's always keeps going down. So what's this game about besides drugs? Honestly, that's like the gist of it, really. Or it's just like, it's mainly just like a weird sort of drug dealing simulator business tycoon type thing. Like, you start out with basically nothing, right? And it's just like you barely have any money in this new place. You kind of go from like a very small operation, you know, basically doing everything by yourself, to expanding out, getting more dealers, more people working for you, unlocking new locations to work at. And it's just like, and then you get into the idea of just like, oh, laundering money. And then, but there's also a bunch of other stuff to do. Like, there's skateboards, character customization. There's even gambling at the casino over there. And it's also multiplayer, so it's just like you could do all this fun stuff with your friends. But it's just like, since all of my friends have weird work schedules, I kind of just play this whenever I can't play with my coworkers. It's like you make your own little dude and you can like do all sorts of things with him. Like you can give him tattoos, you could give him like clothes, haircuts. Honestly, just all sorts of things. But yeah, the main game is about just like expanding your drug business. It's still in early access, so there's definitely more content to be added. Also, it's just like, this is made by one guy. Like, everything that's in the game so far is just made by like one person. Anyways, time to gamble my money away. I have 10 grand. Let's waste it wisely. Yep. So far there's slots, there's blackjack, and then there's ride the bus. I don't really know what ride the bus is. Ooh, big win, 3 grapes. But yeah, there's definitely been like a lot of people who have won insane amounts of money gambling in this game. Like, why would you lose your money to drugs when you could just lose it to the slots? And just piss away money. But yeah, I'm trying to get those 777s. Ooh, big win. 3 lemons. Jackpot, baby. 10 grand. I need to pay my workers. Oh my god, it scared the shit out of me. Kim, calm down. But yeah, 777s, I get 10 grand. That's what we want. I need to pay my workers somehow. Ooh, another 10 grand. 11 grand with the cherries. I feel like in some cases this makes more money than doing, like, you know, selling drugs. Just pull these 5 levers and watch your money multiply. What the hell? Oh. One of my dealers is out of product. How much meth do I have? Okay. I need more gambling money. I know some people have made it to, like, the final achievement, like, of, There's no... I don't know if there's an endgame really, but you could definitely, like, tell achievement-wise, like, if you make 10... If you have a net worth of, like, $10 million, then, yeah, that's, like, the last, like, Steam achievement you can get, so I guess that's the end game. And I think I've heard of some people who managed to do it, like, you know, solely through gambling. And it's just like, that is a lot of grinding away at, and just, like, selling product. It's like there are definitely speed achievement guides. Hell, I think there's even a person who managed to do it, like... I don't know, there are people who are like master mixologists who know like the award-winning strains to make like the most like the most addictive, most best-selling meth. But I don't care about that. I like the grind. I like the fact that I could just come onto this game for like a few hours at a time and just watch things grow exponentially. Right, how many cocaine bricks do I have? I'll take it. I need to give Jane something. Jane will just like sell the most addictive substances I have in my repertoire. You know, if anything, I might need a second location to set up more cocaine plants. Or like cocaine for personal sale. Like I sell meth for spending money, and just like maybe I could set up another place to like sell cocaine for spending money. Like there's the bricks, and then there's just my personal supply. Like that's what I like. The meth and cocaine business is in the docks. The weed business is in the barn, and then just for like extra spending money is just like in the storage room. That's where I grow extra meth. Anyways, time to gamble more. I want 50 grand. Ooh, big win. It's like eventually if I pull this handle enough times, I'll get out of bankruptcy. I say I've already lost 5 grand without pulling a jackpot. Okay, give me 40 grand at least. Yep, big money, big money. Round and round she goes, only a random number generator knows. Don't tease me with the 7s. Alright, you know what? I spent too much money on the slots. Let's play blackjack. $1,000 bets. Oh, I have to hit. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Yes! Alright. Made my money. That's, that can either be 18 or it could be something bigger. I should have thought third. Why did I hit? I'm a moron. Fine. There we go. Nice. Okay. Motherfucker. Oh, that's unfair. Okay. So far, so good. Please don't tell me I jinxed it. I want to at least finish this with more money than I started the day with. Alright, that's about as good as I'm gonna get. Oh my fucking god. Alright, let me try the other game. What is this other game? Ride the bus. What will the next card be? Black. Nice. Lower. What does that mean inside? Inside. Inside. I was confused. Alright, that's enough gambling for right now. I made back barely anything. Alright, what was I going to do? I was going to buy more acid and phosphorus. In all honesty, I'm not sure what else to spend money on nowadays. Because it's just like, I don't know. I just have more than I know what to do with. I could probably move back into like the bungalow or the sweatshop or something. But I don't know, that's a lot of extra maintenance and setup that I just don't want to deal with. Alright, shock collar level 4. And they're definitely getting to work. Oh yeah, one of the things, they moved the area of effect for trash cans to be a square, which is nice. You can also see how much, I lost my train of thought. You could honestly just see what the areas of trash cans cover. And that's cool. Right. Time to go deal with Cranky Frank. By my meth friend. Oh god. Oh, they're coming quickly. You know, I always wondered how police were able to tell that money is dirty. Well, there's these, fancy little organization called the IRS that kind of just ruins the fun for everybody. And you kind of just need to make it seem like, you're not making more money than you should. But they won't tell you how much money you're supposed to be making. That's for you to figure out. And if you don't tell them what they think you're making, then yeah, you go to jail. And I think Bob Odenkirk, who played Saul Goodman in Breaking Bad, explained it the best. Let me collect this meth real quick. So basically, you take the dirty money, the unclean money. You get businesses like this Taco Ticklers, the laundromat down the road. You slip the dirty money into the clean money's cash flow. That way the dirty money eventually becomes clean money. Like here, let's head to the laundromat real quick. The perfect place to wash money, literally and figuratively. This laundromat will So basically, this laundromat will make a set amount of money, right? Within the profits of this laundromat, you will filter in whatever money you're making from the illicit business. It's a bit of a lengthy process, but eventually, the illicit money will turn into clean money. In other words, the ways people tell that the money is dirty is if the IRS tells them, or if people are stupid with the money. Normally, the two tie together hand in hand. This is not me telling you how to launder money. This is just telling you the process that I learned from a TV show that may or may not be true. But it sounds believable enough that you think it's true. And that might all just be because Bob Odenkirk is a really good actor. That man has made learning how to tie a tie interesting. And that is some of the most boring, like, things you could think of. Especially for someone who is bad at tying knots, but some people just have the charisma to make things easier to understand. Ooh, that's not good. But yeah, Breaking Bad, a good show. I'd watch it. I've seen it a few times. Better Call Saul, it's okay. I mainly watched it for Bob Odenkirk and Michael Mondo. Like, I don't care much for procedural law dramas, but there's enough interesting things going on to keep me engaged for the entire time I watched it. El Camino feels a little rushed for my liking, but like I don't know, it's still good. I'd watch it again. Brick, 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 brick is fun. But yeah, just to be safe, just like this game does not condone drugs in any mind or matter, I don't condone money laundering. I just have repeated what I know from a TV show. I have no idea if it's true or not, and I don't want to find out. Now I think about it, I don't, or I don't know. I don't really know if anything, or like if YouTube doesn't normally care about small streamers unless it's like for copyrighted music and such. Like I get like the weekly, monthly newsletter for how poorly the streams are going, and it's just like, or I say poorly, but it's just like, yeah, I know it's just like, oh, I already gave her green crack. Okay. But yeah, I already get like the weekly, monthly notice from YouTube saying like, oh, this is how small the numbers are for everything. I don't want to get any other notice that isn't positive. You know what they say, don't start none, there won't be none. Welcome back. I just had weird weird little talks about, you know, the things you'll learn on TV. In all honesty, nothing unusual. Products. Da 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 dun 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 dun. And yeah, I haven't missed too much. I've just been sort of yapping for, I don't know, probably most of the stream, but kind of just been yapping about like the Breaking Bad franchise and curious how, like, you know, how true things are in that franchise. Because it all does feel, like, very realistic for, like, how it's shot. But, you never know sometimes. Anyways, I'm gonna buy a gun. That sounds fun. Schedule 1 kind of boring now. I mean, I mean, you gotta think, it's still just one guy sort of dealing with everything, basically. Upkeep for the game, adding stuff. And just like, hey, maybe just come back if they release, like, you know, new big updates. Like, they recently had, like, the first, like, you know, community vote for the next big thing, and they're gonna, like, rival cartels. And that'd be cool to see. But you gotta remember, it's still just one dude doing, honestly, like, large amounts of stuff. So I guess, like, treat it like Minecraft, you know? Minecraft, it's going to make an update, like, at a very untimely manner. You can still have your sort of couple week binges, but it's just like, you know what you're getting into. Do I need a deal to Philip? I don't need a deal to Philip, okay. Have I ever played Dead by Daylight? I played it a few times on stream. I'm just not the best at it. But also, it's just like, I feel like it would normally be fun if you're not playing with randos. And I kind of just deal with the cards I'm dealt. But yeah, I still like Schedule 1. I haven't really... I don't know. I remember to take breaks, like, throughout the week for playing this game. And maybe that's how I haven't really suffered burnout from it. But yeah, for the amount that this one guy has managed to do by himself to put this much content into a game, in all honesty, I'm still genuinely surprised whenever, like, just encountering some of the stuff that I do. it's probably more enjoyable with friends, but I'm still having fun by myself. Just sort of being this Scarface type individual. And yeah, play Dead by Daylight. I don't stop Oros. Make them suffer like we did. Honestly, I do not intend to stop playing this game. If anything, I'll just try and splice more games in between each Schedule 1 stream. Like, I'll do playthroughs of other games just so I don't feel burnt out. Like, I recently finished up Far Cry 4, and now I got Raft to play. I have Raft. Playing through that. I started up Code Vein and Dying Light 2, and I want to finish, or like, I want to play through more of that. Because, like, I just started for both of those. And if anything comes up that I could, like, finish within a day or two, I might stream that. I don't really know. That's why I really enjoy variety streaming. It's just like, I will probably get bored playing the same thing every single time, every single stream. So it's good to splice things up. And I'm out of everything besides... Okay. It's a Jason reference, what I wrote there. Oh... Okay, now I get it. It's been a very long time since I've seen the first Friday the 13th. Or... Actually, no wait, that's Freddy vs. Jason, isn't it? Okay, it's been a long time since I've seen that. The movie came out in 2003. What was I going to do? Also, the Friday the 13th franchise would be more on my mind if the Friday the 13th game, if that did not lose its licensing and shut down its server, then they would definitely be more on my mind. I do remember that Friday the 13th was a few days ago, but it's also just like, I know people are superstitious about Friday the 13th, and for very good reasons, because sometimes it is genuinely just the worst day in a month. And it's just like, I was right to be superstitious because that day just sucked for me. And yeah, it was just not fun. I'm not going to get into specifics, but it was just like, I just wanted to go home that day. Like, work sucked. And then just, like, kind of wasn't feeling well that day. Only this year is once Friday the 13th, and next year is 3 times. Oh, God. That sounds just horrendous. Jason gonna haunt you? He better not. I do not want the immortal hockey mask killer haunting me. Like, there are already enough problems on my belt. I don't need that. I'm always afraid to head off these properties because there's like some random junkie just running in the dead of night trying to like stab me for drugs. Well, he only kills people when you enter the room where his bodiless mother is, or it's your fault you killed the mother. Yeah, I remember the lore of Friday the 13th. But also, like, his mother just didn't know until it was too late. Along with, like, most of the camp counselors, they just didn't know until it was too late. But, like, unlike Jason's mother, the camp counselors actually could have helped. Like, I remember the lore, and he's definitely killed loads of people without them entering that room. Also, I'm pretty sure the concept of, you know, the room with Pamela Voorhees, like the shrine of Pamela Voorhees, I'm pretty sure that wasn't brought up until the 4th movie. Because you had Tommy Jarvis's sister, or I should watch the movie of it. Okay, it's, or no, I think they brought it up in the 2nd movie as well as the 4th movie. But it did not go as well as in the 2nd movie as it did in the 4th movie. It's a lot of movies to remember. Four movies exist. There are like, there are so many movies. There are, I'm trying to remember. There are 10 movies within the mainline series. And then there is one crossover film with A Nightmare on Elm Street. And then there's like your stereotypical 2010s reboot film. Like what they did with A Nightmare on Elm Street. But here, there's 10 movies. Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th Part 2, Friday the 13th Part 3, Friday the 13th, the final chapter, which introduces Tommy Jarvis. Friday the 13th, New Blood. Or I think that's it. Or it's Friday the 13th, Part 5. I think New Blood is Part 7. There's Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Friday the 13th, Part 9, Jason Goes to Hell. And then Jason X. And then there's Freddy vs. Jason. And yeah, that's all 12 Jason films. Mainline, reboot, others. Used to play a puzzle game of Jason. You sadly can't download it on Google Play no more. Oh yes, Slayaway Camp. Yeah, it's on Steam. Or at least I think I remember it being on Steam. I don't know, it's been some time since I played it, and some days I feel a bit too brain dead for puzzles. So that's why it's kind of left my mind for a while. But yeah, there's been a few Friday the 13th games. Some old Sega games, or I think it's Sega, or I don't know, some old console like Sega, NES, Atari. Then there's Slayaway Camp. Then there's the one by Gun Media, which everyone loved, and then they lost a license for it. Yeah, I think the reason they get rid of a lot of horror movie games, they just lose the licensing for it. That's it. It does not look like the game, I mean. Well, yeah, there's Slayaway Camp, and then there's like a Friday the 13th version of Slayaway Camp. And I think that was like a limited time license thing. There has not been like too many video games based off of horror movie media, which, like, you'd think it would be easier to keep track of it because there's or like which ones exist because there's like so few games. It's just like most games based off of like iconic franchises. They're just very old consoles, nigh impossible to find. You could still find it on a website. Well, yeah, but I'm curious, is the app for it still there? I remember it being a Steam thing, but let me check. Maybe it was a DLC for Slayaway Camp. I cannot remember. Sorry for the weird ASMR. It's been a long day. Even I don't know. You can download it on Google Play. Oh. You know, I'll have to check it out. I kind of like the weird slide puzzle games, or just like I don't really have games on my phone. Most of the games I do know are just like puzzle games, like weird mind puzzle stuff, like Sudoku, 2048. And just like as long as the ads aren't atrocious, maybe they could be fun. You know, now that I think about it, there is a. I still feel like there's like a lot of untapped potential when it comes to like video games based off of horror movies. Like there are some franchises that just like put the right way, they could probably work really well for like in a video game sense. Like I'm surprised like no one has taken like the Scream franchise and sort of made it like an Among Us style type thing. Because like the entire franchise is just like a who done it scenario, and Honestly, that would be pretty cool. Like, set up traps for the killers. Try and, figure out clues as to who could have, the motive, who could have done it. It's like, sure, the big reveal for like the Scream movies is like how it all ties together, and like how it's just like, oh, this killer and the main character is connected, but it's just like, I do feel like it has potential. It just needs to be put together by someone with more brain cells than I have. Also, another great like horror game that released based on a movie recently is A Quiet Place. Or it's just like there are weird quirks about it, but it's a really interesting take for like horror movie video games. And I feel like it's also great to watch people play in a sense of just like your favorite YouTubers and streamers who are known to just like yap and just like be loud need to know when to shut up to just like advance through the game. It's like even on a lower difficulty, it is still difficult. Like, I'm trying to sell my old jars of sour diesel. Is it not on the market? Does no one want this? Maybe that's what I get for addicting people in this town to hard drugs. Finally, someone wants sour diesel. So I'm not sure if there will be another update in between the rival cartel update and the... Well, in between whatever this update is, but South over... Oh, okay. You know, hopefully there's a new update in between the cartel update and now. Even if it's just like something small. And then again, it is still just one dude who is just raking in so much money. Like, you could probably see, like, statistics for how much money this guy has made from this one game. Hell, it was probably enough game, or it was probably enough money to just, like, convince people to try and, like, sue the guy. Just to see a portion of that money. You know, I still remember seeing when dealer simulators, like, publisher, not even a guy who made the game, the publisher for that game, just decided to, like, sue or, like, look into Schedule 1 copyright infringement, where it's just like, what? Like, that's some of the most lame, just, that's the lamest thing ever. It's just like, it's a drug dealer simulator where you build a drug tycoon. It's not, you don't have a lot of ways to spice up the pot, really. Mrs. Ming, please. Why do you have to be here? Now I think about it, I don't know what to do with all my money. Let's see, what else do you need? Everything for this place. I do have things to do today after the stream, so I'll probably call it after this day. The most I'm gonna do is make sure things are stocked up and finish these last few deals. No one's gonna buy sour diesel. I'm just gonna put away for right now. Give me 20 of your highest quality pseudo. Ah, crap. I don't have enough meth. Maybe I could get away with selling Frank 1 jar of meth? I didn't realize I only had 1 jar. Never mind, he accepted over $1,000 for half of what he was asking for. That is some Walter White level, like, business deals. Alright. Okay. So I need 20 soil and a lot of coca seeds. Yeah, that was a lot of gambling to even see if you would make that deal. I'm impressed by myself. Well done, me. $20 soil. Alright, so 15 phosphorus and pseudo, or phosphorus and acid. If anything, the money I collect from the dealers will hopefully make back the costs for stockpiling. Oh, she's still at the mayor's house. Okay. Maybe I could rush over there real quick? Hopefully she doesn't disappear, like, right before I get there. And she's gone. Alright, good enough. Messages. Now you're at the mayor's house. Okay. Do I need any phosphorus and pseudo for over here? 16 of each. Okay. So first buy 28 seeds. I forgot the game save icon was right there. Right, how many more seeds can I get? Alright, just 20 more seeds. Thankfully, my flash gambling and other expenditures are definitely covering the supply costs. Right. 20 more seeds. Time to check on the barn. Okay, only 2 more bags of soil. And maybe I could restock on the weed seeds? What the fuck is Jeff doing here? I'm trying to end the stream. Actually, you know what? I got a brick. Calm his ass down. I'll front you a brick of OG Kush if you fuck off. Are you trying to fight me? Well, Jeff's gone. He disappeared. Yeah, maybe it's my fault for getting the town hooked on meth. Why didn't I hook them on, like, you know, some of the other shit? Anyway. I'm gonna refill the weed seeds, and that's, about it. Now Jeff doesn't even care. Alright. I need 20 soil, 9 sour diesel, and 23 of the OG Kush. And I'll get to this when I come back. Okay. Messages. Albert. Meetup. Mayor's house. Okay, let's take care of the weed. Alright, and then 12 of the granddaddy. $23 OG. Elizabeth, I don't have anything. 23 of the OG. 9 of the sour. And 12 of the granddaddy. Oh shit, that's voice critical. That scared me. I was not expecting that in just like ray trace lens flare. Go? Why'd you chase me over here? Sorry, Elizabeth. I'm sorry. I don't want to shoot you if I don't have to, but I do not have any product on me. Alright. Maybe this is the game trying to give me a sign to end the stream sometime soon. I just need 24 of the green crack and 21 of the soil. I'm so glad I have the golden skateboard. Alright, all that's left is 21 soil. Why do you need meth at 4 in the morning? $21. If anything, I could maybe set up a mini coke operation in the bungalow, but that'll probably be for another stream. Alright. And everything's accomplished. Besides, like, filling briefcases full of money, but, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna run back to the storage shed and call the stream there. All right. I forgot to collect the profits. That's fine. But that's all the time I have for right now. I'll play this another day. I'm not sure if I want to play it some again during this week or just wait until next week to play another bit of it, but that is up to my discretion. I don't make schedules. Goodbye. That's all the time I have for right now. It was fun playing this again. Hopefully, next time I play, there'll be more content to look into. I really can't wait for that rival cartel-like thing. Because we got a net worth on this save of $250,000. I'd say that's pretty good. Slowly but surely, I'm making my way up to $1 million net worth. But yeah, that's all the time I have for right now. I'm gonna get going. I'm not sure what the next stream will be or when it will be. I'll try and do it maybe 2 days from now. But yeah, just look out for that around the same time. It's either gonna be Dying Light 2 or more Code Vein. Probably Dying Light 2. I really want to play some more of that. But yeah, that's all the time I have for right now. This is Oros, and I'm signing off. See ya.